Welcome to today's video, lads. We are starting off in the home center. We got to get some supplies because my goal today is to pull the Evo engine. If everything goes according to plan, hopefully we can get it out today. Although I know it's a big job to be doing by myself, and I still don't have all the tools and supplies that I really need in my shop, but I think we can make do with what we have. For now though, I'm loving this new camera. I went with a Canon M200 with the kit lens, the small kit lens. Feels great because it's got the same profile as like a G7X, but has exchangeable lenses and a bunch of cool stuff and crazy fast focus. It's got all the Canon color profiles that I love, and the stabilization is perfect. Now don't get me wrong, it's definitely a little bit of a bigger profile camera with the removable lenses, but it's not as heavy as like a DSLR or anything like that. It's really, really good. I love it. Interested to know your feedback down below, so let me know in the comment section for the rest of this video. But for now, let's get to finding some chains and shackles and things like that to hold the weight of the engine on the engine crane. We got everything we needed, which is pretty much just a chain and some, what are they called? Not like shackles, I guess? D-shackles. That's what we were looking for. And now we're all ready to go. I'm not gonna lie, this K-Van, the KTR is like the best godsend thing ever. It is seriously, feels so good to just get in a car, not think, not worry, not care about anything, and just drive. I needed this in my life so bad. Today's video is sponsored by Dafsky. And if you don't know what Dafsky is, they are an online store dedicated to selling only the sickest and coolest air fresheners for your ride. They have a huge range, so there's something there for everyone, and they start at just $2.99. And I think today we're gonna get Neko-chan hanging in the Sylvia. All right, let's get this bad girl out and get her hanging up. There we go. Now, not only is my car fresh, but as I'm cruising down the highways here in Japan, I got a nice little friend there, and she's gonna be going, nya, nya, the whole way home. So head to dafsky.com and go get yourself some air fresheners for your ride, and make sure you support the companies that support SAMMIT. I would not be able to be doing the things that I'm doing today if it wasn't for companies like Dafsky. So thank you so much, Dafsky, and let's get on with the video. All right, guys, we have made it to the shop now, and my floors are a mess because of this guy.
Yeah, sorry, it was just my K-Van. I was just bringing the van. Sorry, bro. Really sorry.
No, he was here cleaning the JZX90 and getting some nice photos and stuff of it, and we have a bit of a mud problem out the front which we need to sort out. But I've already gotten the Evo up on jack stands, so I'm hoping to get started on this thing. My goal is to pretty much try to get this motor out tonight. We've got to pull off every little bit of accessory and stuff in the engine bay here and try and get this bare, like drop the radiator, all that kind of stuff. I got to pull drive shafts out, or the axles. We got to pull the axles out, disconnect the transfer case and all that kind of stuff. I'm going to definitely be looking up videos on YouTube and looking up forums on how to pull this motor. From what I used to think, you had to drop the whole K-frame, but a lot of people were saying, no, you want to pull it up and stuff, and sent me a bunch of links and stuff. So I'm going to do that. I'm not too worried about remembering where everything goes on the wiring loom because this wiring loom is super crusty and old. I'm planning to get a whole new wiring loom built by like Wiring Specialties or someone like that. And so I'm not too worried about remembering where everything goes. The new one will come with labels and stuff, and I'll be able to figure that out. Plus, obviously, we're going to be deleting a lot of stuff with the future build direction of this car. So we're going to go from there. I did just notice there's like solid mounts in there, billet solid things in there. Interesting. I thought they'd be rubber or something. Cool to know. But we're going to remove this floppy thing and just batteries, everything we don't need. And I guess start time lapse now. So I've been slaving away on getting everything disconnected from this engine as much as possible. huge update is pretty much I've got just a few more things to do. We got to disconnect power steering lines and get things kind of situated on this side of the engine. All engine looms completely disconnected from the engine. I got to disconnect the clutch line there, and I believe there's shifter cables I need to disconnect as well. And then drive shafts, take off the back of the transfer case, and we are ready to pull her. Every little piece that I pull off, more dirt and dust comes off with it. And I've pressure washed this thing like 3 times. So the more and more I just dig into it, I guess more and more just like keeps coming off it. Like I gotta remember that this thing was rallied and rallied hard. So the dirt and the rocks that I'm finding in places is just, it's mind blowing, but not too bad. I get a better look now that we've kind of got all this front end off at the damage in this corner. It's really not too bad. Should be able to get that all corrected out. I mean, I'm gonna try and actually see if we can just find a whole new front clip. Maybe we can just do that if it's too bad, but it doesn't look like it's honestly that bad. This could all be kind of remolded back into shape where it needs to be, but yeah. My biggest struggle, I think, is going to be getting all the bolts out for the turbo. This one on the back here, like up in the back, I don't know how I'm going to get that, especially with this aftermarket exhaust. It does not create good space for anything. And then this bolt here seems to be stuck in there. I keep working it backwards and forwards, but I think it's going to snap the more and more I keep trying to pull it out. But otherwise, we've made a lot of progress, and I need to wash my hands, and then we're going to go to McDonald's. I'm going to get lunch, well, dinner actually, sorry. And then I'll get back into this, because I am not leaving the shop until we pull this motor tonight. That is my goal. And it is currently 7:47 p.m. So we're gonna get this done. Just finished dinner, and for some reason I didn't regret getting McDonald's this time. I feel like it was appropriate. But I got the downpipe off. I drained all the oil. This is some of the grossest looking oil I think I've ever seen come out of a car. Close enough to what I saw come out of Rudnick's GTR after it got rod knocked that day, if you guys remember, and I put my mouth on that. This took forever to get off because there's some haggard flange work going on here. Like, this is just terrible. It's like a piece of just thick steel that they just cut, and like, it's not even like smooth. It's like plasma torched or something. I don't know. Anyways, unfortunately we did snap a bolt in the turbo, but from my research, apparently every Evo turbo does this in this same bolt point. So we should be able to get that out really easily when we get a welder. I'm not too worried though, because I'm probably not going to be using this hot side. It'll probably go up on Yahoo Auctions. But yeah, man. Next step is clutch line. I'm going to drain the transmission fluid and the transfer case fluid so that I can pull the tail shaft out. Then axles and undo engine mounts and lift out. Oh, I still need to do the shifter linkages. But yeah, making moves. Oh, power steering. Okay. We still got a fair bit to go, but we're getting there. Draining fluid is what we do. Oh, so glad that didn't strip. So far, we've been pretty lucky. Pulling all this stuff apart, I've only had that one turbo bolt strip and break. Oh no, I did have a second one, the battery tray aftermarket Allen key bolt that someone put in. That stripped and I had to drill it.
I found this on the web.
Okay. Thanks, Siri. We are dropping... Ew. Some weird gooey red stuff. It looks like really old ATF. Magnet looks like it's in good condition though. There's a bit of black stuff on there. No big shavings or anything though. I wonder when that was ever changed. Looks good though. Dumping everything into the one bucket. The share bucket, I'll call it. So I don't really want to talk about it, but this was an absolute nightmare. All the stupid alloy covers are all using like these really cheap Allen key bolts, and they just strip, and it's a huge pain in the butt. But I managed to undo the 2 carrier bearings in the center here, which then allows you to completely pull out the tail shaft, which is now leaking fluid all on the floor. I guess there was some left in the yoke or something. But yeah, got all that out. You can see there's more mud and dirt that dropped down with it. Overall, it's actually not that bad under there. It's kind of really clean. Super surprised. Closed. Get out of my way, Skyline. Making progress. Draining transmission fluid and all of that now. Set you guys back up down here, but man, I'm making a huge mess. Huge mess. Time to drain the transmission. Let's see, we're gonna get any oil on me. Is there even any oil in this? I hope so. 3, 2, 1. Hey. Oh, no big metal chunks on this either, which is good to see. It's good. Looks like we got a healthy RS transfer case and transmission. If you don't know, the RS actually has kind of a special transfer case for like higher gearing. It's actually a lot better for things like time attack and rallying and stuff. It's a very sought after, super rare transfer case, which I only learned recently from a friend of mine who's into Evos. You guys actually know him, Captain Bradford from JDM Masters, good friend of mine. But yeah, he was telling me about the transfer cases on these, and they're kind of super rare and sought after, which I did not know until he educated me. Which is kind of nice to know that I've got one of those, which should help with some time attack stuff we have planned in the future, hopefully. Tranny fluid looks good though. Just looks like kind of blue, red ATF for some reason. Maybe that's just what they use in this, or it's some other kind of brand stuff that I don't know about. Trying to stuff shock towers in the back of the transfer case here. Hopefully that holds. Might have to tape it in. Wait for that to drain. In the meantime, I'm gonna start taking the wheels off and getting the shafts out. I need to do the clutch line too. And links, shift the linkages. Should be super easy though. Oh boy, look at this oil down in here. Looks extra tasty. Nothing like mixed oils. Next thing is we want to pull these little pins off for the shift linkages, which I believe are really easy. You just kind of do this, I think. This kind of reminds me of working on a Honda or a Pulsar. And then this should just slide up, right? At least I think it does. Everything on here is dirty. Working on this car just means you're gonna get filthy dirty. There we go. Nice. One linkage is off, and what I like to do is put the pin back in there so it's impossible to lose. There we go. Gotta get that bottom one done too. Oh, I need to, how do I pull that out? I think there's just a couple bolts there, I can undo those. Get that bottom pin out too. Oh, that just slipped right out with my fingers. Easy as. Once again, put that pin back in there so I don't lose it when the time comes. Easy as. All right, got some 10 mils to undo to take that bracket off for the linkages, and we are done. Then clutch line and a few other things. Gosh. Smashing through this right now, lads. Smashing through it. I was expecting a lot more nuts and bolts to like completely break and snap off because of like all the dirt and mud that's on everything. I'm really surprised actually, like just how well everything's kind of been coming out. I'm also surprised of just how much crap is everywhere. Like, I know the guy rallied the thing, but like I pressure washed this thing like 3 times and there's still leaves and crap just everywhere on this car. Just give me a break. So definitely doing this by myself has been a challenge, but luckily I'm good at MacGyvering things. So we've got the rod that goes in my jack jammed up against the bracket on the roll cage to put pressure onto the brake pedal there so that I can swing on this breaker bar and undo the nuts on the axles. Let me set the camera up so you guys get a good view of me attempting this. Hopefully there's enough pressure on the brake now, and we'll be able to get this. No, it's moving the brakes. Damn it. Let's hope that we can get this to come off now. Oh my gosh, just move. Oh. Now I need a long pole to put onto my breaker bar, but that's holding the brake. Oh, the dilemma I have right now. This is amazing. That hurt my hands. Oh, that sent the vibration right into my hands. Oh, God, far out. Oh, that hurts so much. What is wrong with my accent? For those wondering, this is what happens to your accent if you live overseas in a place where English isn't the normal language. Well, it's that time to try and get this thing out. I've got every engine mount undone. To be honest, I don't know how I'm gonna get this out with the transfer case still on there. I feel like I am gonna have to bolt that off. So we'll find out, but I think if I can move the engine forward and then tilt it and bring it up and out like this, then I'll be able to bring the whole thing out. I have checked, like this is 100% doable. Just learning as we go along, I guess. This is literally the best engine train I think I've ever purchased. So the trick is, kind of bring it out on this angle. This is gonna have to come further forward still. I think this is doable. I think. Gonna bring it right up close to the radiator, the core support. Oh, I don't know, man. I think we need to bolt off. Yeah, we've got to undo those 4 bolts on the back. That has to happen. Let me get a 14 mil real quick and get under there. We are making a huge mess. There's water and oil dripping out everywhere from every crevice in this thing right now. 17, where's my 14 at? Dude, my tools are a mess everywhere right now. 14 mil with extension. Where are you? Where are you? Does anyone else talk to themselves like crazy? So I got the back of the transfer case off now, and that's enabling me to be able to get this thing out of here now. We are so close right now. I actually thought I was recording while I was bringing this up, and then realized I wasn't. So sorry about that, lads. But hopefully we're about to get this out now. We are so close. Let's just keep working at it. Here we go. And up she comes. Slow and steady, boys. This is a sight right here. This is a sight. Oh man, I didn't expect to get this out. Oh, man. I'm so happy. I'm gonna disconnect these sensors. This is like just a gauge sensor. I mean, it's like really stuck on there too. Alright, I'm just going to probably cut it. At this point, not going to use it, so chop chop. Start with the gauge sensor. Guys, I am so excited about this. I'm sure you can tell. But man, this is this feels so good. Progress on the Evo. Pull back. Ah! It's out! Alright, I gotta get some pictures. But man, it feels good to have this thing out. I can't believe we did this all by myself. Although, bear in mind, it is currently midnight right now. So, yeah, definitely took a lot longer to do than I was expecting. But hey, we got it done, and that's what matters. What a freaking mess. Could have been a lot worse, but hey, I still can't believe I got this out by myself. Absolutely freaking mission. First time working on an Evo, by the way, so pat on the back to me. But yeah, far out. Well, now we got room for activities. Start tearing more and more out and take this to the body shop. You can see here that when this corner got hit, it looks like it kinked a little bit here. There's a bit of surface rust here. Nothing all the way through though, which is pretty good. A bit more down there, not too bad. This thing's gonna come up really, really well. Honestly, the only bad rust spot is up in the back near the diff, which they're gonna cut out and weld. There's only one like little tiny spot like the size of a quarter that they'll cut out and weld in. But yeah, man, so hyped. We've done stuff today, guys. Look where this engine is living right now. Put it on one of the Evo wheels. So yeah, this is the rear transfer case part that I was talking about. You have to remove this if you're pulling it up through the top. If you're dropping it, you can keep it on, but super easy. It was just, what, 1, 2, 3, 6, 7 bolts, and it came right off, so. Glad we figured that out, but now I'm gonna kind of clean up my tools so I can get the K-van out and go home because it is nearly 12:30, which is late, and wifey's at home wondering where I am. So I'm gonna get this done. She's also upset at me because she loves pulling apart things on the Evo with the rattle gun. So we're gonna kind of just move stuff out of the way. I'm gonna leave this mess here, get the K-van out. We're gonna head home and probably pick things up from there. But I'm so excited, guys. I hope you are too. Put it down in the comment section if you're pumped for more Evo stuff coming. I know we've just pulled the engine out, but obviously there's a lot to figure out. Like, I need to work out what clutch is on this thing and start stripping that down. We got to start stripping this down more and cleaning it up more and getting the body shop to pick it up and take it. Lots of stuff to get done, and then we got to start pulling the engine on this thing and start figuring out what we're doing with that too. All right, so let's kind of clean up and get out of here. Back home now, and the first thing I did the moment I got home was jump in the shower because I was covered in dirt, oil. It was bad, okay? And like, it was so bad that even my camo hoodie used to be gray. It started turning into like a yellowy kind of dirty color from all the dirt falling off the Evo Me on the ground. By the way, those hoodies will be available in the next drop. There'll be a fair few changes happening to them though, but every now and then you guys get a sneak peek of the new merch that's coming because obviously I get samples and make sure that everything's up to my quality standard and that I'm going to actually enjoy it before I put it up on the site. One of the biggest things like about the merch that I sell is I want to make stuff that you guys actually want to wear, that I enjoy wearing, that I think is cool, that I, will wear as well. So it's kind of like one reason why like it takes a long time for me to get a new drop every single time, if that makes sense. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Massive progress on the Evo to be able to get that motor out. We can start doing other things now, and I can start getting everything ready to drop everything off at the body shop and stuff. Hopefully from here things move a lot quicker rather than not. And I also need to get a move on with the Skyline as well. So lots of stuff are happening, and I hope you guys are excited. More Evo content around the corner. Smash that like button, write a comment, and subscribe. Go ahead to SAMMIT.net and get yourself some merch. I think the hoodies are all sold out now after restocking, but lots of JZX 100 Reasons to Drive shirts, and some Ichigo Zoku shirts and other ones left there. So catch you in the next one, guys. Peace out. Jamata.